Good afternoon, Hector Mendoza again. Um, this is part two of video for tokens, narratives, GLRs, compliant nodes, inspection nodes, however you want to call them. I have the first video shows you how to use this. Now I'm going to show you how to create this. In addition, I have gone in and you're going to see a link. Here, give me a second here. So you're going to see a link in my description of the video, of my video. You'll see that link. Okay. So, and you can just click on it and it should open up. So this is what happened. Watch. If you normally you're just going to click on it, but once you click on it, or you can right click on it and open hyperlink, and what will happen is this will come up and all you have to do is download it. And what this is some documents that it takes a while to do this kind of stuff. This is not stuff that you get. It's something you have to create. I've created it for you, so I've done all the work for y'all. All y'all got to do is just you know use this stuff. So these are called tokens. So on the right, I have a list of what this particular token is. Okay, so let's say you want the claim name, the claimant's name. This is the token that you would use. Okay, so let's say you want the date of the inspection. Whatever you put in Xactimate, if you copy this right here and you enter it, or date entered, when when the Xactimate was created, uh, you know all this information, it grabs it out of Xactimate. So uh, it did take me a while to learn this, but I didn't have nobody teaching me, so I had to learn it on my own, because you're not gonna see a video on this. Okay, so uh, just by trial and error, and more errors than trial, I was able to learn how to do this. I did have one person at Pilot that briefly told me a little bit about it, but he didn't go into detail. He just told me how you could do it. And then I ended up typing all this, or copy and pasting for y'all, so that you can, uh, like, let's say you look, if you hit Control F, and let's say you put adjuster, ADJUSTER. See, here's the adjuster number, uh, or let me see, find next. You see adjuster file number. Uh, this is the claim representative. So you can do a fine, or let's say deductible. You need, and then so there's all different kinds of deductible. One, apply deductible. You got to understand what this stuff really is. I understand all this stuff. I got 6 years experience in this stuff, so I've been playing with this for a long time. Um, if you're gonna start creating this documents, you got to really know what you're doing, because Xactimate is only gonna put what you tell it. Like, here's the insured name. Okay, there's the insurance cell number, his business card, the email. And remember, all this is pulled out of Xactimate. So I got you a copy on Excel, and I also went and first I did it in Excel, and then I converted it for y'all in Word. Okay, so let me show you how this stuff works. So I have that document that we talked about earlier, uh, or on a different video. So all these things are tokens. Okay, So you're going to decide, you're going to put this information. This is all, most of this is done by me. The, this particular uh, people didn't give us tokens. They just gave us a document, and then they're like, okay, well, here it didn't have all this pull downs. These are my pull downs. This is, you're not going to see this in all your or any GLRs. This is something that uh, that I've created for my own use. And you're going to do yours the way you want, but I will show you how to do it. Okay. So, you decide, for instance, here, let me create a new, so let's say, I would put dear, okay, or let's say Mr. Uh, and I don't want to type his name. I want Exactimate to type it, right? So what I would do is I would go to one of the tokens. So let me see, it should be one of the last things here. The token documents, right? And let's say you want the insured's name in there, right? So you just hit, there you go. So um, let's say you wanted his name. Let me see, business, sale, home. Oh, okay. So here, right here. Let me see, insured. Okay, so it's kind of hard to go through it. Um, uh, pager home. So they use a different name for the insured, so you can't type insured. Uh, but here's their telephone number. Let me see if I can find this thing for y'all here. Oh, actually, here. Um, the token that you would use for that would be right here. It's called the claimant. Well, it's insured's name. This is the token that you're going to use. Okay. So let's hit Control C and let's go back to to the Word document. Let's hit Control Find and see where that's at. There it is, right there. Insured's name. I guess I must have I didn't look for far enough, or so you would copy this. Okay, Control C. Then you'd go to that Word document, Mr. Insured, blah blah blah. How are you doing? My name is, I could put my name there and save that document, but I do it to make it universal. So um, let's say I want to share this with somebody, which I usually don't. I don't give this document out. I have to only a few people, but that was because they were very, very knowledgeable in Word and Excel. And because if you don't know what you're doing, this can get you in trouble. One time, this guy made a mistake, and then the admin calls me, "Hey, Hector, you gave out an unauthorized document. He screwed this thing up. Excuse my language. He messed this thing up real bad. And he said you gave him that document, so I never give out this document no more because it's something I created." And uh, he threw me under the bus, but you learn. Um, so you know, you can add anything you want here, right? So, um, so what I usually do, since I usually know what the customers want. I have every bit over here. I usually alter most of the documents that I use. I can use all of this stuff that I have here because this is what I've been using for a long time. So this is all their information. Here's the date of loss. The um, it's just a bunch of stuff here. So, but that's how you use the tokens. Okay, now, uh, so this pull downs right here, you see this pull downs right here. First of all, your machine has to have developer, okay? And if you don't have developer on, because normally it's not gonna come with the developer, pull down. What you have to do is you would go to File, you go to Options, you would go to um, Custom Ribbon, and you see right here, you would either yours is probably going to look like that, and you might not have all this stuff here. This is stuff that I've added, I think. If not, you might have yours, but all you got to do is make sure you click here, okay, and then you hit OK, because you have to have uh, you see all this stuff right here. You have to have this things here, and without this pull down, all this stuff is not gonna show up. So all of these things do different things. For instance, let's say that I wanted a little box, and when somebody click on it, it would put a X, or I could tell it to put a check mark. You know, uh, I would have to go to properties, and then I'd have to right here. You see how it says change? I can uh, tell it anything. I can put a check mark in here, or let's say I can hit that button and then hit OK. So every time, either it's off and on, and you could put a check mark, any kind of symbol. Okay, so and I use those a lot too. Not on this particular document, but this right here. This let me show you how to create this pull downs. And y'all seen some of my pull downs have a lot of stuff. Like let's say let's go to the roof. See, well, that doesn't have a lot. There's some of this pull downs. Oh, here we go. Your elevations. Look at that. And the way you create this is so let me go somewhere where there's a blank space. Okay, so to create one of those guys, you would click here or anywhere you want that to be. Okay, now there's a lot to this, guys. I'm just going to show you the basics. Okay, I'm showing you a lot more than anybody ever showed me. I learned this just by going into YouTube, and they don't do things specifically for insurance adjusters. So I had to kind of watch their videos and then you know modify this to my liking. Okay, so to get a pull down, there's a lot of things you can use a pull down with. So uh, you can put date picker, and what that would do is you could click here and just put today's date, and it automatically puts it in there, right? Or you could go in there and go, let's say in September the 15th, I wanted to, or you could go in here and modify the way this thing looks. In other words, you don't want it to say 9/15/21. You want it to say, spell it out. Then you'd have to go to your properties. Oh, excuse me. No, you have to go to the design mode. You'd have to right click here. Then you'd have to go to properties, and you select whatever format you want. You hit OK. Uh, then you click off designer mode. So let's say you can put today's date, or you could do that. Okay, so that's one of the pull downs. And so let me see. Okay, so now, okay, so here's another one. This drop down list contents and this combo box contents, I use the combo one. Okay, this one doesn't have as much. This one has more. So I click here and it gives me this thing here, right? Now, so right now, there's nothing in here. It's a blank thing that just says, when you click here, it just says choose item. That's it, right? So then what you have to do is you would go in here, you go back to the designer mode, you would right click, you would go to properties, and then you start adding, like let's say water. Okay, you hit OK, and then you add and put dirt. You add, you say no, you add, say this is a uh, S-E-N-T. Oops. Okay. Uh, Whatever you want, right? And then, so let's say that you want it in alphabetical order. Then, then you're going to have to make sure that you click here. And let's say I want this one to be all the way to the top or in front of the water, right? You would have to tell it move up, move up, move up. And let's say this one has to go down. You would go move down. Oops. Move down, move down, move down. So you're going to arrange it the way you want. Now, is this time consuming? Of course it is. But once you do this, man, you can make documents. Uh, if you've been in the field and you have a lot of compliances or narratives or notes that you have to do, and you work for those companies like Liberty Mutual, Safeco, all well, you can't do this in Allstate because excuse me, yeah, you can with Allstate, but you can't do it with State Farm because with State Farm you have to use their own computers, and you can't do this kind of stuff on their computers, and they're not going to let you do this kind of stuff. So, uh, so for right now, let's say okay, and then you take it off a developer mode. Oops, designer mode. Okay, so while you have this selected, what you can do is you can go ahead and turn it red. Okay, now that way you have an action to do. When you go in here and you select dirt, it turns it white. You see, and you can still go back and change it to no. Now, let's say that once you change this, you don't want this box there no more, so that you don't accidentally click on it and change it, right? So you have to go back to the developer mode. Okay. Oh, go to the designer mode. You right click. You go to properties. Now you see this time, you see this contents cannot be deleted. Contents cannot be added. Now you can click here. You see where it says remove contents control when contents are edited. So if you click here, you hit OK, you get out of the design mode. Once you select something, boom, it's gone. Now you can use it as a drop down. Okay, so and there's a lot more to this. This is just I could sit here all day and talk about Word, but this is not a lesson about Word. But um, so there's your pull downs. Okay, we talk about the uh, tokens. Okay, now here's another thing, and this is very, very hard to understand. Okay, you see these things right here? Word only has a few. I think there's like 7 or 8 that you can select from that will allow you to click on it and then type, and wherever you have that this particular it's like a little token in Word. So whenever you type this is a test, it's going to change it everywhere that you copied this thing. Like for instance, look at this. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. Okay, so I can change any one of these things. So let's say that I'm in the middle of the document, and so I said, see, it changed all of them. Whatever you do to this one is going to change it here and change it here. So this is a real cool thing to use, right? Um, but you only have a few of them that you can use. um, so right now I'm drawing a blank because man, I'll tell you what, I got up about 4 in the morning. I can't even remember what time I got up, and I've been helping people and posting and creating new posts, and my phone have rang out, you know, it's been ringing off the wall. Okay, so so this thing here, I'm trying to see where you can get this. I think those are called references, and I'm drawing a blank. I normally I don't see the I can tell you exactly where everything's at. Right now I'm drawing a blank. Um, okay, here it is right here. And I can't believe I'm real tired, so I can't even believe I remember this. I haven't used this things in 4 or 5 years because I always copy and paste out of these things here. So these things are called quick parts. Okay, uh, and no, you know what? So it ain't quick parts. It's we're gonna skip this for right now, but there is somewhere in here. These things are there. Okay. Um, and I'll do another video later. I'm just I guess my brain's already fried for the day. But normally you don't hear this from me. I do hundreds of videos, but normally I'm not this tired. But anyway, so there's I'll recreate this once I get some sleep, and uh, then I'll show you how to do this. It'll be another video. It will be an extension of this video. Okay, so that's how you do your drop downs. Here's another one of those. Anytime whatever you select here, and remember what I was telling y'all. You see how it says subject? I can't change that word. That word is somewhere in here. Um, somewhere in here, there's a list of 7 of them that you can use, and that's it. So you see, like this one says subject. Well, you got to know that this is not subject. That's the only word you're allowed to use. Okay, and let me see if there's some more. It says status. That's my FNOL, but that word you can't change. You just can't change it. Word. Hopefully, one of these days they'll change it to where we're allowed to change the name. But we you learn how to use this stuff. Age of home. It says comments, not comments, but that's all we can use. But all now, I can just put oh no 1 year old. Okay, You see how I have to retype and correct? When you have this pull downs, you don't have to worry about that. You know, you're not gonna have to be doing all that stuff, and you can do things real fast, and you don't have to worry about misspelling words. Okay, so I've taught you how to do the pull downs, and those are just those same kind of your that thing that allows you to put one word and change it everywhere. Okay, so now, so you see right here, like I can click on insured info. I can go attempt to contact, and it goes to the all the way to the next one would be contents notes. Okay, another thing I could do is I could right click here, expand. I'm going to collapse everything, collapse all heading. Now look, see, remember that big document I had? I could go in here and let's say that this is the only thing I want to show up. See, that's all it shows up. I can close it, I can open it, and this is simple to do. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so, or I can look, I can right click and expand all headings. Oops, expand all headings. I told it to collapse. So let me show you how to make those. So if you have let's say that you want this to be a heading. It's real simple. If you go to home, you see right here where it says heading 1, and then you have heading 2. So let me show you what heading 1 is going to do. I'm going to click here, and look, you see right here, what you see here, all of a sudden came down here. Okay, and let's say you want this to be a heading. You could click on, okay, so let's say I want it to be a subheading. So if I click here, you see here, it went from here to here. So I could click here, and those are subheadings of that. So I would go here, and then I could click here to this one or to this one. Now, one good thing about these things, let's say that this is basically a document, because I copied and pasted this from one document and pasted it in here. Okay, so let's say that I wanted this to be the not where the insured info is, but right in between both of them, and it's gonna this one and this one is gonna follow it, right? So look, all I got to do is click and move it up there. Now all this information got put down here. So there's a lot of things you can do with this documents. I wish I could spend here all day and teach y'all Word. Word is a cool. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you see. All this pull downs, all this stuff right here. Every one of those things do things for me. There's tokens. There's spelling. I can undo. I can save. All of these things, or like for instance, let's say I want to see my they're called what are they called? They're called show and hide marks. Okay, paragraph marks. See, I can go right here, and you say, well, it's right here. Well, yeah, but what happens if you go here? It's not there no more. So I put it up here, so that because I use this a lot. Let's say you see right here, there's 2 returns. See, I don't want 2 returns. I go in here, or let's say that there, you see, look right here. You see, after a period, you should have 2 spaces. There's only 1 space there, so you can add a space. So that's cool. Another thing, let's say that I want to view 2 pages side by side. I can click there. Let's say I just want to view 1 page, or I want to see the whole page. you know uh, these are things that you can actually design your Word document. Um, let's say you want to collapse everything. Remember, and uh, so I got all kinds of stuff that I put up here, but that's not what I was showing you anyway. I just wanted to show you how to use this document like this. The beauty about doing a document like this is that most people are going to have to open up this document and go looking for it. You're going to have to go looking for this one. You're going to have to go look for this. It's all different documents. I got it all right here. So uh, everything I need is at the tip of my fingers. In each one of these documents, I have one for every insured. So, uh, I open this thing up, I save it, and then I alter it as I go. So, I can do this part first. Then let's say I contacted them that day, but I didn't inspect it till the next 2 or 3 days later. Then I would just open this up and do, change the information here. And then I would copy and paste this to either into um, Exactimate, or sometimes they want it through exact analysis. Sometimes they got their own portals that they want us to copy and paste these narratives. Sometimes they want you to copy and paste it to Word and to to Exactimate, to their portals, and to exact analysis. So it all depends on what they want, guys. That's about it. Now I do have I am giving y'all these tokens. That way you don't have to go and type all this information out or copy and paste it into a document. I've already done that for you. So you'll see that description under my video. Again, thank you for watching my videos. Hey guys, if y'all like my videos, subscribe to me, because I post things all the time, and I got some real cool stuff that I I've only been an adjuster for, I'm going on my 6 year, so let's say 5 years. And I, 1 year I took off just to post things. I haven't worked in probably 3 or 4 months because I'm doing some stuff that. Remember, I'm also a general contractor. I'm doing some medical stuff. I've had a lot of calls. One thing about once you get good, guys, man, you're gonna have people calling you all the time. There's 2 or 3 companies. If they tell me to jump off the Empire State Building, I'll do it. If they tell me, I'm going through some medical stuff right now, but if they say, Hector, I need you in Florida, that can wait, because I know all I got to do is go work 4 or 5 months, make 100,000, and then, or maybe 5 months, sometimes. Sometimes in 5 months, 150,000, but never less than 100,000. So, um, but you got to get to this point. You got to be. I'm not good. You just got to be fast, accurate, and consistent, and then you can make some real good money. You can select the places you want to go work, and some of the companies that I work for, you have to have a minimum of 5 years experience, uh, but they want people that know how to do this kind of stuff, because they want to look good to their carriers, so they hire. I'm not saying I'm good. They hire people like me. Okay. So thank you for watching my video, guys. Again, if you like my video, subscribe to me and put a like. I do appreciate. I do appreciate all the comments y'all give me. Uh, there's no. I do this because I like teaching. There's no incentive for me to to do this except to teach people. Thank you for watching my video, guys.